Hello there and welcome to your Tuesday Thoughts video. This is the free card reading where I read some tarot and some oracle cards and try and get a sense of the energy for the week ahead, for the community, for all of you people out there who are watching. This is for you. I've been missing for a few weeks. I've had to do some other work and I have had just a lot on, so time has been short, but I've been really itching to get back into doing a reading for you. Although I tend to pull cards for myself quite a lot, just what's going on is, yeah, that's right, that's what's happening. But you know, it's good to have a positive response from the cards to kind of give you a bit of direction. That's what's usually used for, just a little bit of direction, or to confirm. You might be feeling something. There might be something going on with you, and it's sometimes you think, am I making too much of this? Is this right? Am I feeling that? Am I sensing that? Is that person doing that? Is this real? Is it not? And the cards can sometimes point to, that is why it's happening. You can see that it is here, it is being seen, it is shown here in your spread, and then it just sort of connects with you to the sense that, yes, it's not me going mental, it's actually the energy, or it's actually how I'm feeling, that it just reflects it back to you so you can get some clarity on it. Because usually with the cards there is some sort of clarification, some sort of advice, some sort of encouragement or coaching, you might say, that you can get to move you, or to get you just to sit for a moment and just take it all in. So it depends what comes up. So it's lovely to be back. Today is Tuesday, the 11th of July, 2023. And as usual, I say I'm going to do a short card reading, but we'll see how it goes. We're going to start with some tarot. So I have shuffled them, I've lit the incense, I've brought in the guides and the angelic forces. And found out recently that one of the angels that works with me, Archangel Raziel, is also connected to tarot, so I have a book to study on that as well. But we're just doing a little shuffle here, and we're just going to take some cards for the collective. So just do a little bit of a gentle shuffle, and then we'll see what jumps out. I have just had some chocolate. Oh, do you see that? A fly. I thought I put that out the window. That's it. When the windows are all open, oops. When the windows, if there's something dropped, I don't know what it is. When the windows are all open, the flies sometimes come in, so that's a bit of a pain, but we can get them out again. Use Archangel Michael. Open a window and use Archangel Michael to direct them out. Usually works, with a bit of coaxing. So, you might see that fly again. Just be mindful. So we've got one already which has jumped out, which I don't know what it is. It's on the floor. And let's get 3 other cards. Let's do a 4-card read. That's one. Thank you. Don't know what it is. Let's get, oh, there's another one. Don't know what it is. So 1, 2, 3. And the final one from the deck. And then we've got other cards that we can use to clarify. So hope you've all been well. Oh, 2 came out. Okay. Right. Let me just pause this and go and get the other one. Okay, so we got that card. Let's get on with it. The first card is the Emperor. The Emperor can point to an Aries sign. So it is someone who is usually quite powerful. They have themselves well established. They can be a balanced person. So someone who has a certain balance of spirituality and practicality as well. They come in with a great power, fire energy behind them. But there is, with the Emperor, it is established, it is authority. It is someone who's built something. There are 3 levels to his crown, so it's like connected to the higher realm. So it's covered in purple here, which is the spiritual, which is the crown chakra. So there's a great deal of ideas and information that comes through as well. And that this fire sign wants to project forward in, and wants to achieve. And perhaps it might mean that there's a fire sign in your life where they're starting to open this chakra, open the crown chakra, which points to an interest in spirituality. This is your connection to the divine. So this is where you connect. You've got all the different centers, and then this one opens you up into divine information. He also has a red on his robe, which is here, and that just shows as well the Aries tends to be very practical and very grounded and very earthy, so able to manifest in the 3D, able to create physical, able to build, able to do work in the physical, able to, alchemy is coming to mind, create something out of nothing. And the Emperor comes in as a sign, and it might represent you, a sign of your authority in a certain area, a sign of your passion and power. The Aries energy can be like a force. People have called it like a force. You know, the water is up and down in motion, whereas the Aries is like powering force, almost can't stop it, it's just going. So there may be this type of person in your life. It might be a business person, an accomplished person, someone who has authority over you, a boss. It can be someone who's creative, somebody who's business minded, somebody who's built something, somebody who has a wealth of experience. And they tend to point to, can be father, uncle, you know, that type of energy. And it can point to a mentor of sorts. So somebody may be coming in to give you advice. Somebody may be coming in to offer you some coaching, offer you some opportunity, changing some dynamics in some way and guiding you through. So look out for this mentor type energy. Look out for this authority. Look out for this person who can give you some good advice, because they're at the start of the read. So there's something that is going to be shared with you. And should you need to ask somebody a question or need to get advice of somebody, seek out the advice of the mentor. Seek out the older, wiser person who can help you with something. He's open. He's very open in his body as he's expressing himself there. So he is open to giving information, but open to your approach as well. So should you need to go to somebody, someone might come into your mind. They say, you know, the helpful person. So if a helpful person comes to you, they're coming to assist you in some way. So be open to that, but also be able to approach this person in order to get the advice you need, because they are quite open in their energy. And then we have the Eight of Swords. Now the Eight of Swords looks a bit distressful, but it isn't. It's basically saying your mind is running amok and all your thoughts and worries are what's keeping you tied up in knots. And you feel you are restricted, but you're only restricted by your own thinking. These are your thoughts, your worries, your concerns, and they're yours. So you can change them. You can change them. And so there is this element of she can loosen this cord and drop it to the ground. She can take the blindfold off and see what's around her. But because of the anxiety of what's happening, because of the steps or the plans, you know, the swords are air, so it's your mind, so it's up here, so it's this thinking, overthinking. Because of that, because of you're involved in that, it means you feel restricted. You can't take a step, you can't move. And you can see there's a castle on the hill. And so perhaps there is a move towards a different place. But the eagle would point to the sense of freedom. So the contrast here is the freedom of the eagle and the restriction of the thinking that has got you tied up. So the advice here would be to take the blindfolds off and see what's around you. It can also be pointing, it's kind of covering a little of the third eye. So it's also pointing to your third eye in order to encourage you to look at things from that higher perspective, to use your psychic senses to get more information, rather than worrying about the past or worrying about the future or worrying about what could go wrong and then just feeling, stuck. Use your third eye to see past that. Drop the blindfold so you can see what's happening around you. She might drop the blindfold and suddenly there's a path to this new destination if she could only stop the worry, the concentrated worry, the focus on that anxiety. And then she knows that she can just drop this and step outside of her worries and move forward into freedom. But you might be feeling that energy. You might be feeling that you're a bit stuck. You might be feeling that there's options available. And that's why you might need to seek out the mentor, because you've got concerns, you've got worries, you've got things you need to sort out, and it's just all in your head. And so the mentor might be able to help you make a plan, that might be able to give you advice, might be able to point you in the right direction, might be able to be the helpful person that comes in to assist you. And so you might be feeling that kind of the weight on your shoulders and the overburdened in your mind with everything. So many different, all these are different elements. So you've got all these different elements that are going on in your head and making you feel a little bit out of sorts and restricted and imprisoned in a way. But don't let your thoughts imprison you. The next card is the Queen of Pentacles. So this is what you want to embody. This is who you are. So male or female, it doesn't matter. But this is someone who is established. She has worked on her craft, you might say. She has put in the hours. She has done the work. And she's sitting here on this throne with these bulls. So it's very much the Taurian energy. She's building something. She has built something. She's committed to something over a period of time, and she has watched it grow. The garden is very full of blossom and growth and greenery, and you've got a little rabbit here, which is a symbol of like fertility and growth and springtime and just that vavavoom, that vitality, that energy that happens when you create. And so she has found herself in a position of being someone who has built something, someone who likes to have money, someone who may have built a business which is a success or is doing well or is becoming something. She would like money. She likes to hold on to money. She could be a banker or someone in accountancy or someone who deals with finance, or it can just be someone who is established, someone who is settled, someone who is of that solid energy. The Taurian energy is a solid energy. It is financially secure. It is not it's not going off in a whim. It is structured. It is strong. It is direct, and it builds this foundation. It builds for the future. It builds the strength of this strong throne here. It is, you'd feel secure sitting in that throne. You would feel grounded sitting in that throne. That earth energy, that connection to the earth, which is also the pentacles, that earth energy. So there's a need to move from the worry and the overthinking and get grounded. Get back to nature. Connect with nature. Oh, I'm hungry. Have you heard my tummy? Connect back to nature and connect back to the natural world and the beauty of the natural world and the energy of the natural world. When you are amongst natural foliage, trees, flowers, gardens, vegetables, farming, that growth, that energy. This is farming as well. So it's that energy, that ploughing and sowing and reaping. So get back to that, get back to the earth. And the earth is where you want to manifest. The earth energy is strong with the emperor. It is connected, it is established, it is strong. And so she is a wonderful partner to have. She is the woman who has built her own business. She is the woman who has created something. She has spent time working on it, plowing the field, sowing the seeds, and reaping the rewards. And she likes the lifestyle. She likes to have a bit of money. She doesn't want to be poor, and she is presenting here as someone who has achieved. So if it is you, you have done well. If it is something you're aspiring to, and this is coming in to show you, drop the worries, because as soon as you step out of that overthinking, you can move to a place of structure, of balance, of financial security. So how do we get there? The next two cards dropped out face up, and so this one is the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles can point to a new course of study. So there might be a course that you're taking up. So for all those people who have finished all their examinations, you might be stepping forward into new study, into a new course, into a diploma, a degree, a certificate, something. And there will be a period of focusing on this one element, focusing on this one direction, this one study. As you can see here, the little what do you call them? Little sprouting plants here, little sprouting leaves. So everything, oh my goodness. I was just saying about the farm, the ploughing, the sowing of the seeds. So here we have, the ground has been ploughed, the seeds have been sown, and there are little sprouts of green coming up. Again, you've got the hair running across the field, which points to that fertility, which points to that new beginning, which points to that Easter energy, that spring energy, that vitality. And this is happening. This is this new growth, this new business, new study. It can also point to a new business. So it can also point to you deciding to take on something, deciding to go in this different direction and focus on this one endeavor. You're plowing all your energy into this work, which you're holding here, almost like a ball of energy, the ball of chi. That's how we would hold a ball of chi. So you've got your upper dantian and lower dantian. So you've got the money in the middle, you've got the work in the middle, the study in the middle. And so that's interesting as well. Perhaps you can use chi to feed your ideas, to create your ideas, to make manifest your ideas. And you can see he's got a little blush in his cheeks here. So it just points to a level of youthfulness, perhaps a level of innocence. And that would point to the beginning of something. So that new idea that, a young person has that vital energy and that enthusiasm and what would you say? They're just full of life. So there's a great liveliness to this person. Even though he's holding on to the coin, he's not letting it go, he's holding on to it. And he's going to build something. He's planned to build quite a bit. You can see all of these rows have been sown. And so he's expecting that to grow. He's expecting it to grow into an amazing garden that he can sit on the throne and hold the coin. Here you have one coin. So this is the beginning. This is where you can get to. And perhaps you have built a certain amount in your life. Perhaps you have a certain amount of comfort already. And all of a sudden, it's time to start again. All of a sudden, it's time to step out of the fool garden and replant something. So there's always a time of harvest. There's always a time of going and cutting the corn and bringing in the harvest and then dealing with it and dispensing it out to different places, and that brings you money as well. So there could be you could be dealing with a product or goods in some way, and here you're going on a different mission. You're going on a new adventure, a new study or new work to bring in this new life. And it is fertile. This is showing you it's fertile. There's fertile energy here. There is chi energy all around this golden coin. There is chi energy. So if you feel that you have to start over, if you feel like you're building something and you can only see tiny little shoots of growth, you can't see at the moment you can't see the full established thing. Everything happens in steps. So each one of these is a bit of effort that you're plowing into it. Each one of these is you giving something to the project, and then you have to watch it grow. You know, with the light and the water, you can't coax a plant to grow. You have to let it do its thing with the sustenance that's around it. So know that there will be some sort of freedom that you will have to give your project, because this is not getting you anywhere. You're stuck. Whereas here you have this freedom. You can remember what it is. Remember that feeling of feeling secure and solid and financially well off. It's very grounding. Her energy is very grounded. It's very fertile, full of heart energy. Work from the heart. And know that there's a new opportunity coming up. There's a new opportunity which you need to grab. And then it's like being the expert in your field. It is the way that you might, sorry, the camera just went blank there. It is the way that you have a skill and you work on that skill, and then you become the expert. You have this flourishing behind you. You're able then to stand your ground, to sit your ground, to be established. But it does kind of point to there may be a period of study, a period of learning, perhaps a new focus, or focusing in on one thing and watching it grow. So there might be that coming up for you. And then we have the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is a knight that's coming charging in, and he's coming charging in, you might say, to release this lady who feels tied up. It points to somebody coming in to sweep you off your feet. And you can imagine his sword cutting the ties that bind her, setting her free, releasing her true self, releasing her abundance, releasing her sense of established security. She's secure, she has built, she has grown, she is self-sufficient, she is, she's got her own thing going on. And so he will release her into this energy. And this can point to as well there being movement, there being great thought. So the swords again are thoughts. So it's great thinking about this new endeavor, great thinking about this new study, this energy of rushing in, this intellect, this intelligence, this higher mind is coming charging in. You can see with the trees, the speed that this is coming in. So something's going to come in very fast into your life. Something's going to come in and change things up. And he's coming in with the pink, so heart energy as well. So that's why we call it the Knight in Shining Armor. He might be someone who is talkative, who is charismatic, who is able to use words to cast a spell on you. He's good at communication. He's good at expressing himself. He might overtalk, he might talk a little too much. But he wants something and he's going for it. And this might be an encouragement to you. Go for it. Waste no time. Time is short, people. It is really short. So if you get to look back on your life and you think, I didn't take that chance, I didn't have that experience. I mean, the best way to be is to be completely content with all of your choices, with all of your experiences, with everything that you did and everything that you decided not to do. There is no point being upset over what didn't come your way. And so this is saying, if you get an opportunity, if you are advised, given good advice, if you receive that advice and you take it on board and it sets you free, if it reminds you of your abundant self, reminds you of your place on the earth, allows you to take a step forward into this new opportunity. This is saying take it, grab it, don't waste time, go after it. Okay, very interesting. I'm just going to do a couple of cards from the guides. Sorry, I shouldn't put it that way. So ask your guides. These are really, really nice and can be quite informative. So let's see if we can get 1 or 2 cards from here. So it's always interesting. It's always interesting to me. It's always a reminder to me as well that, you know, something's occurring. Oh, okay, so we've got 2. One of them dropped, so I'll just go get that. Okay, so that was interesting. I went to get the other card and realised there was another tarot on the floor that I didn't see. So I'm going to finish with that one. It is the 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups can point to a period of self-reflection. So there's probably a period of self-reflection that's going on. And that can be why your thoughts are all over the place. That can be why you feel restricted in stepping forward. You've got a lot of worries, a lot of concerns. There's a lot going on. So that kind of hidden emotion, stuff that maybe you hadn't dealt with before that are coming to the fore. It can also be about choices. So there's a lot of choices coming up for you. And you might have to decide which thing you're going to do. So you get opportunities and choices which are coming to you. And this person is just sitting back and he's relaxed, right? He's not doing anything major. And it can be kind of like daydreaming, like, you know, sitting and thinking about your life and what would it be like this, and what would it be like that, and what would I need, and how would I get it, and kind of thinking about your life. But it's less activity in the physical world, which is very much, you know, the Emperor is doing in the physical, and it's much more, it's going on in your mind, in your emotional self. And so perhaps by moving forward into these new scenarios, new places, new situations, there'll be emotions that will come up that will need to be released, need to be cleared, need to be looked at, in order that you can find your place, in order that you can give all that you can to this new venture. So there's an element of success here. There's an element of freedom here. There's an element of transformation here. There's an element of walking away from what has been. There's an element of a new home here. There's an element of diamond light and success and abundance. So all of that is coming through. All of that is also something that you're considering and feeling. And so that is reflected in your behavior. You're probably a little bit, you might seem that you're not taking action. You might seem like you're not doing anything. But a lot of manifesting is sitting in the power. It is being focused. It is choosing something to focus on and revising that and revising that. So physically, you might not be moving as such, but energetically, you're doing a lot of work. So clear up what needs to be done. Clear out what you can get rid of. I heard Pam Gregory today talk about the water. Water is so important to us. It gives us life. And it has memory and it has consciousness. And so there is a need to almost clear out the old energy so you can be clean, fresh and new. And here you see the sprouts of the little roots coming up, the little budding plants, the grass is coming up out of the water. And he's looking at them and he's watching this growth. He's watching it grow. And so he has a lot that he's doing internally. There's this internal medication or internal transformation occurring emotionally. So perhaps use the waters to cleanse, use the waters to clear. But the idea is that you can release these subconscious thoughts and reprogram the subconscious thoughts as well. So by focusing on manifesting, you need to rewrite your internal dialogue. So how do you do it? You input new stuff. And so there needs to be like rewiring that neuroplasticity, that instead of going over the old thoughts and old habits and old energy, you have to put new stuff in. But that takes time, and you don't do it physically, you have to do it mentally, you have to do it emotionally, you have to feel it, you have to release it, you have to clear it. Very much healing as well. Healing, finding out what's going on in the subconscious. What is happening in the subconscious? Because your subconscious drives you. You might think you're making a conscious choice, but your subconscious has made the choice. Your subconscious is driving you. So if you understand, if you have a pattern or a same way of doing something, or you reach for the same products, or you go to the same places, or, the subconscious is behind that. So if you want to achieve more, if you want to do more, if you want to have more in your life, your consciousness is working off of the subconscious. So you address the subconscious first. One of the ways is actually you can make a dream board or a mind map, and you can have images of things that you want to achieve in your world. That's a note to myself. Maybe I should do that. And then you look at them, and then you're putting that into your mind. Whereas before, that wasn't in your mind. So it is a way of inputting new data into the brain. So then when you go about your day, when you're out in the world, you're looking for different things. Today, I went to hang some paintings at a little local exhibition, which you can go and see. Stay tuned on Facebook and Instagram for details on that. And as I was making a call, I walked around the area a little, and I spotted this. So this is a little penny on the floor. And normally I don't lift money off the floor, but it was a symbol to me. See a penny, pick it up, all day long, you'll have good luck. So this is a pointer to me that it is going to be okay, that I am going to be lucky, that money is here for me. And then when I got to the front step, as I came in, there was a little feather at the front step, which I took a picture of. So these are symbols and signs that are showing you you're on the right way. And a nice game you can do as well is you can ask for a particular symbol or sign. So when you're in the zone and you're creating, manifesting, and you're talking to the guides or a spirit or whatever we want to call it, you're able to say, okay, show me such and such. And that shows me that this is my direction. Show me such and such, and that shows me that that is my direction. And so it will be shown to you. You will get your answer. You will start to see these things. And when they start cropping up, it's like, whoa, that's crazy. But it's because you've set almost like a reminder in your subconscious. You've set it out. And so your consciousness, yourself, goes around the world and then suddenly sees these things more often. And it can be incredibly amazing when these things show up, because they show up in ways that you just wouldn't believe. But in a sense, because it's here, this drives you to go places, and then these things appear to you. So it is following the lead, but you've got to put the stuff in the subconscious first. So then you've got to start with, what do I want? So work out what you want, put it in the subconscious, and then go out into the world and look for signs and symbols in relation to that, and then use these as guides as you go through. So that's interesting. One of the guides cards was, oh my god, 33 already. Compromise, master teacher. So this points to there being an element of needing to compromise. So it's not going to go all your way. There's always going to be a challenge, and it can be about making amends. Shaking hands is a way of kind of, making peace. So making peace with somebody in order to move into the green self, which is the heart is the green. Green is the colour of the heart. And actually it's similar colours to the painting here, blues and greens, which is quite nice. And you've got the mix, so the blue and the yellow mixed together to make the green. So you've got the communication, the throat chakra, the expression. So something's been expressed here. And it's come from your intuition, come from the solar plexus, from your gut, from your power. So you're able to communicate this level of power in order to reach a heart-centered compromise. And you have the guides with you. The guides are saying it is time to compromise. It might mean you don't get everything that you want straight away. It might mean there's a period of waiting. It might mean, so it's 49, so that's runs to 4. So 13, 1 and 3 is 4. So that's structure again, that's the Emperor energy. So it's important to connect with somebody as well, perhaps take advice from the master teachers. This always reminds me, I'm writing a book about the Masters of Orion, and this kind of reminds me of their energy. Higher consciousness, powerful, strong, advisory energy. And that's the advice, compromise. You're not going to get all your way, but if you compromise, it can come to a 4, which is stability, which is security, which is family, which is everything at the base that you need to build on. Okay? And it's not about fighting, it's about coming together. It's not about comparing or pointing or ridiculing. It's about coming together. It's about community as well. So it's about embracing each other. It's about being willing to make peace for growth, for higher growth. Oh, very interesting. Restriction. So this is basically this, isn't it? You can see the chains are around the head. The little person is imprisoned here. Can you see that? Imprisoned. There's bars. And it is restricting your joy. So you've got these little cherubs coming in to release that bind, to release that lock. You've locked yourself in your head. How can you move if you've locked yourself in your head? And one of the best ways to get out of your head is to do something physical. To go for a walk, to go for a run, to go for a cycle, to go for a swim, to go dancing, to do some yoga, do some tai chi, do something physical in the earth, in the ground, not in the ground, on the ground. Connect to that earth energy, connect to your physical body, which is a natural thing, it's a natural event. So get out of the thinking, back into the physical, back into movement to feel joy. Find things that help you feel joy. So what do you enjoy doing? For me, it's art. Art is one of the things I love to do. And I've been missing it. I haven't done it in a while. I've been really, really, really missing it. And that brings joy. It actually brings like a physical, visceral, joyous feeling. So I feel great afterward. A bit like Tai Chi, you feel good because you're moving the Chi. So it's about doing something to change this restriction. And this is the overthinking, the overworry, the mind creating all the problems. Feeling locked then in your head, you can't move. And this is 28, so 8, 9, 10. So 10, 1 and 0 is 1. So there is a new beginning happening here. There is a new life happening. But it requires that you change this thinking. It requires that you free up feeling restricted. So when you want to step forward and try something new and move on to a new study and take up a period of study or development in a product or a business, there's restriction in that because there's so many things you have to think about and so many worries and so many things can go wrong, and you're not always successful, and it starts with this growth and you have to watch it grow, and there's so much mental activity going on in that. But this card is saying that can kill your joy. And in fact, to manifest, you want to be in the joyous energy. You want to be to have all these different elements come in from the ether to physical. You have to move into joyous energy. So find something that brings you joy. It could be playing football. Could be going for walks in nature. It could be singing. Could be drinking fine wine. Not getting drunk, but just savoring a glass of red wine. Sometimes it's beautiful. It is just joyous. Planting, farming, building some sort of orchard, growing your fruit trees, seeing the fruit grow, seeing the flowers bloom, eating good food, nutritious food. All these different things that can help you feel better in yourself, move you into joy,
And then it takes the lock and key off of the mind. It takes you out of your mind. So let's see what else we have. We'll go for one of these now. This is one of the most on-point decks I've ever had. It is Priestess of Light Oracle, and it was a gift, and it is always on point. So I don't know if that's helpful to you. Please let me know if it is. I would love to hear your thoughts. As I say, I'm trying to just read the cards and say what comes into my mind. It might work for you, it might not. If it doesn't, don't worry, just leave it. Have a look at the rest of them on the YouTube. You might find something else that actually resonates more, because even though I timestamp them, whichever one matches where you are now is the one that you can take advice from. And there's also channeling on this station as well. So feel free to. I hope it's nice where you are. It is lovely and warm here today. Super hot. It was a bit cloudy earlier, but the sun's come out again, so it's really, really nice and warm and sunny. And I'm going to finish the recordings today with a channel a little bit later. So we'll just shuffle those plenty now. Can we have 2 cards? Let's do 2 cards, and then I might do one colour one to finish. I've literally got 10 minutes left. So let's go. 2 cards, please. I can see one's upside down already, which shouldn't be. 2 cards, please. Priestess. Can we have 2 of the cards? 1, thank you. Can I have one more, please? One more. I just have to. Oh, that's way too many. Okay, we'll take 3 then, because 2 jumped out over here. Right, so the first one is precognition. And this is interesting because it's about the third eye as well. It's about being able to see the future, being able to know. So it says psychic ability, future vision. And as well, when you think about it, if you're manifesting the life you want, you have to think about your future. How do you want your future to look in order to take the steps to get there? So it's almost like you start at the end and then you work your way back, and now which is my next step. But there is a connection to the higher here, so do not dismiss the fact that there is higher consciousness coming in as well. So opening that crown chakra to connect, to allow this information in, to allow it to come down so you can see it with the third eye. And it's 13. 13 is my favorite number. And 1 and 3 is 4. And 4 is that foundation. 4 is that compromise. Yeah, that's 4. And, that stability. And he's stable as well, that's stability. So 4 is stability. So let's read that first. 13. And just see if it's got anything of interest. So this card indicates that you're now capable of reaching new heights of intuition. We talked about intuition and the gut, and precognitive ability. So as well, they say that kind of intuitive psychic knowing is throat and solar plexus as well, so you know something and can express. A soft glow emanates from her throat center and brow chakra, radiating from beneath her hawk headdress. You may have already noticed flashes of insight and deeper awareness. Trust the information you receive. Let yourself look even deeper into potential meanings of your future visions. There may be important messages coming your way, so that's the thing as well. Be open, be receptive, look around, get out there and see what comes. These may take the form of guidance about future choices and inspirations about creative, career-related or personal projects. Remember that your soul vibrates at the level of spirit connection. For this reason, this card may also indicate a potential career involving a psychic or intuitive practices, which is interesting for me. In fact, you may have had such careers in your past lives, I have been told. Know that your soul is calling you to reconnect. Take time to meditate more so you can peacefully receive. The spirit world is open to you, ready to reveal your future potential and all that you need to know now. Okay, so that's the seeing. And then we have the healing the heart. She's awesome, isn't she? 27 is one of my favorite numbers as well. 7, 8, 9. 9 is completion. I am in a 9 year this year. So it's all about endings. So 2024 for me will be a 1 year, which is all about starting again, new beginnings. So I'm tying up loose ends this year. And it's the power of self-love. Isn't that a fabulous card? Look at her eyes. Amazing. So let me read that one. 27 is also my birthday day, so I love 27. 27 and 9 as 9369. 9 is a magic number. So this one says, try and hold it so you can see it. The priestess reveals the inner strength you can call upon to overcome past heartbreaks that may have left you hurt and full of longing. The pain could be from a recent breakup, or it may be the lingering ache from a love lost long ago. The scars in the heart center might even relate back to misinformation or mistreatment in childhood. In fact, issues of rejection, abandonment, and even betrayal may be driving your present perspective on love. These past experiences have caused a shutting down reaction, an emotional resistance to love in spite of your mental desire for it now. Now is the time to heal the old heart wounds and reverse the faulty conclusions that are actually blocking your desire. The circle of consciousness and thought represents your higher intentions where love is concerned. I think that's the third eye, and it's the higher, which is the crown. Within each powerful vortex of personal energy is expanding strength of your relationship with yourself. You always have the choice to love and care for yourself, to vent your frustrations, and to take action on your own behalf. When you consciously release old fears and desperate needs, you will awaken the strong, autonomous person within, and your daily life force will project waves of joy and confidence to truly irresistible energies in the universe. So that's it as well. It's heal the heart so you can move into the joyful expression. And then as you move and your frequency is joy, then more will be added to you. That's beautiful. Whatever's going on in the heart, address it and help heal the heart. Even just put your hand on your heart and say, please send healing to my heart now. Please send healing to the old wounds. Please heal the old scars and prepare my heart to love again. And just connect with your heart. That energy. It really is extraordinarily powerful to do that. And I hope to be doing a few different classes soon, and one or two or three will certainly be about heart energy. And the last card is, again, 4 and 7, 47, so that's 10, so that's 1, so that's new beginning. So we've got completion and new beginning. And the new beginning is the river of blessings. And it says, releasing constraints. Releasing constraints. Releasing this constraint. Releasing this constraint. I love the way they're always on point, these cards. So 47, let's do that before we run out of time. By the way, if you do want a tarot or an oracle reading, just get in touch. My details are all below, and we can organize that if you want. So, River of Blessings. So this heralds a significant positive change in your circumstances. You may have been experiencing a time of challenges such as financial constraints, living paycheck to paycheck, or going deep into debt. Your restrictions, however, may be more of an emotional nature. Perhaps you've been lonely, missing romantic, familial, or friendly love. Even a lack of joy, again with the joy, a lack of joy from the ongoing tediousness of life could be a great limitation for you. But whether these restrictions are long-lasting or recent, this card reveals a new powerful force flowing to your life, breaking through even severe limitations of the past. Your difficulties may have been very hard to bear, but this has been a time of profound purification for you. The Priestess is blessing your rebirth. After suffering, giving you the Jaguar's ability to view your experience with sharp-eyed clarity, a release of attachment that brings the promise of achievement. Whatever limitation you have endured, a beneficial solution is coming your way. That's great news, isn't it? River of blessings. That's what we want. You know, we've been working, we've been developing, we've been compromising, we've been getting out of our heads and trying to find the joy, and this is saying we're going to be rewarded. So rest assured that the old issues will be resolved. As you go through your day, bless yourself with clear intention. See any restrictions as merely a part of your passage from purification to personal progress. Just as the Jaguar has a unique visual acuity, your own inner visions are coming into sharp focus, ready to become an even greater reality. In fact, this river of blessings will carry you far beyond anything you have yet imagined. You can say to yourself, I release attachment and restriction. I am blessed and purified, ready to receive the ever-expanding value flowing into my life. I release attachment and restriction. I am blessed and purified, ready to receive the ever-expanding value flowing into my life. I release attachment and restriction. I am blessed and purified, ready to receive the ever-expanding value flowing into my life. And so it is. Great, thank you so much. 52. I'm going to do one colour card just to give you a colour to embrace in the week ahead. I hope you find it fun. I hope you enjoyed. Get in touch if you have any comments, anything to say. You can leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel. It really, really helps. We're trying to grow this channel. We've got a colour that has jumped out. I wonder what it is. Oh. White. The purity of white. White light is all the colours. They're all combined. So view the purity of the white, but also the combination of all the other energies, all the other rays, all the other healing rays. And it says lighten up. Interesting. And I mentioned a feather. There's a feather on my doorstep, and this is the little feather energy here. So let's see what white has to say. 24. White is a lovely colour to wear. I think I want to embrace more white as well. Okay. White heals your body. Well, I know this because I use white light to heal. White heals your body as a whole, clearing toxicity and assisting with purification. White also enhances clarity and understanding, and can be very helpful in healing skin problems, bringing peace and comfort at the highest level. White represents integrity, White represents integrity, light, holiness, truth, and surrender. Lighten up with white. It says the feeling of lightness is a magnificent experience. It encompasses innocence, purity, and joy. White brings this faith that you are completely loved, taken care of, and supported. Close your eyes and imagine that you're standing on the biggest, most magnificent white crystal mountain. Inhale deeply, allowing the clear white light emanating from this mountain to purify, energize, and enlighten you. Visualize yourself letting go of all the unnecessary baggage that you dragged up the mountain with you. How does it feel to be free of this baggage? Experience the ease in your body and soul as you look out from the mountain. Focus on circulating white light from the tips of your toes through your whole body. Feel your body softening and lightening up even more. You're getting ready to soar. Give yourself permission to soar. Say, I give myself permission to lighten up and experience ease in my body and soul. And from that as well, from the higher perspective, wear white. Focus on white. White has great clarity, and it also repels negativity. That's why the doctors wear white coats, or used to wear white coats. It gave you that sense of authority, that sense of that clinicalness. Anything a doctor said, when a person comes to you and says something, and the same person comes back but is wearing a white coat, it has that authority, it has that association with it. So wear white. It will repel the negativity. Therapists wear white so they don't absorb the other person's stuff. Use white as a cleanser. Use white to heal the body. If you've got a pain, send light there. Send white light there. And lighten up. That means enlightening your body. That means moving into the higher, moving into your spiritual self. Enlightening your body, enlightening yourself. Feeling lighter, feeling pure. Try some fasting, clearing. Okay. So that is the read for today. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed. Please share with those who you think may be interested, and subscribe to the channel and stay posted for the next one. Okay, thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.